Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bracket Yahweh, Bracket Yahweh Shai, Bracket Yahweh, Bracket Yahweh Shai, Bracket Yahweh, Bracket Yahweh Shai, the water above all. I'd like to give the honors to Elders Apostles Green Millstone that teaches truth, 100% truth. And we'll do a quick impromptu in transit, and kind of based off of a dream that I had last night. And I've heard the Elder Apostles, say this too as well. And you can look it up in scripture, but we have to be mindful that there are speckled birds out here. Speckled birds, there are tares, and that the Lord has spread us amongst these other nations, man. It's like shuffling a deck of cards, So we have to be mindful, and we have to try the spirit with the spirit. Because when I first came into this thing, I was like these all black Hebrew Israelites, those groups that we have to be all black, all melanated, under that assumption. But if you really think about it, if we're mixed amongst all these other nations, and like Jake, the men of Israel, the Lord has made us very fruitful. And so, we're going to mix, we're going to mingle amongst all these other nations. And we know that the seed goes through the bloodline, through your father. The bloodline goes through your father. And so think about Jake, men that slept with all these other nations. Light-skinned Jake, he produces a child for Edomite. And like Blake Griffin would be the perfect example. That plays for, used to play basketball. I'm not sure, he may have retired now. But people like him, or if he goes out, he has an Edomite child, and that child has blonde hair and damn near blue eyes. That child is still an Israelite. And that child gets with another Edomite and has a child, that child is going to be a Hebrew Israelite, which is going to be more, looking like the other nations. So think about when we were Moors and up in Europe, and we ruled up in Europe and Italy, Ireland, and those places like that. And if that bloodline still goes to the father, he's going to be an Israelite. So we have to be mindful, man. Before we go out here quick to condemn somebody and call them Edomites, and throwing them off. In the dream I had last night, it was, I was working a job, and this Edomite, was helping me out. It looked like it appeared to be an Edomite, he was helping me out. It was just a peaceful environment around this guy that looks like an Edomite. But in my spirit, I felt that he was an Israelite. And so we don't know, man. And the scripture tells us, because the devil came and, sowed his seeds amongst the wheat in the middle of the night, we're not going to know. We're going to have to wait till the reapers come. And, the tares are going to go into the fire. And the wheat is going to be harvested. So that's not on for us to decide, but some people we can try through the spirit. So you have some people that look like us, just melanated, but they may be a tare, man. They may be an Edomite. It goes back through fall. There was a lot of intermingling when they brought us over here. When they got with these other tribes, these Edomites. What they did to the indigenous people that was already over here. They got with them. They killed off the men. They raped. They raped the women. So a lot of Edomites are amongst them. So northern and the southern kingdom. So when they brought Judah over here, on those slave ships, what they did to a lot of the women. So yeah, we have to keep that in mind, man, before we quick to classify and call somebody an Edomite, which we don't know. We have to try the spirit, man. And that's the beautiful thing of this truth, because Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, by shuffling the deck, these Edomites don't know who's who. These ruling oligarchs. So they think they can go and wipe out Israel. They don't know who might be Israelite. And so therefore they can't just wipe out the whole nation of us because we are all over the place. We look like these other nations. If they did know and they had us exactly who we were because we were marked by our skin color, then it'd be easy for them to just go ahead and try to annihilate and eradicate us. So therefore they think they can keep the power. So, don't worry about who's the Israelite, who is the Edomite. We just supposed to do the prophecy, the word of the Lord. And don't get caught up in this black thing, black, black, black. And you look at the word black, it means void of light, man. And don't get so caught up on that, on skin color. We know that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua was a melanated, because the Bible tells us so. And these Edomites are the first ones to tell you, when you point that out, our skin, color doesn't make a difference. But yet they paint Yahushua, they cover him up, as Scripture tells us. They cover up the judges of our people by painting over through iconoclasm, and then they try to portray him as being non-melanated, blonde hair and blue eyes, and and this is the image that they put in our heads, in which they gave him a false name, Jesus Christ. And this is who we supposed to be, paying homage to, man. So we know in our mind that he's melanated, We know that majority of our people are going to be melanated, but that's not where the line ends, because the Lord is mingled amongst the other nations, as he tells us in Scripture, man, about the speckled bird or the Israelite foreigners, So, but one thing you can tell about us, we're the salt of earth. Our people going to have a special type of rhythm or form to us. We stand out amongst these other people, these other nations, man. We're more in tune and in vibe with the earth. We have that rhythm. We have that type of flow about us. Even in our speech, even in our walk, how we carry ourselves, you can know an Israelite, man. And even the curses kind of mark us who we are. So be mindful of that, I just said that, like I said, the dream kind of reminded me of that. And I had instances in my life, and I asked the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, why did that come about? He was showing me, man, everybody that appears to be, that look like you ain't of you. They're not of you, they're not of your bloodline. They're not of our bloodline, put it that way. And those that are like the other nations, they may be of your bloodline, So just kind of keep that in mind, Don't just get caught up on, the color of a person's skin. We try the spirit with the spirit. Their father goes back to a lot of Ireland, a lot of people over there. The Irish people, a lot of them, are Israelites. A lot of Italian people, especially the Sicilians. But we scattered and mingled amongst these other nations. So we let the angels determine that when they make that return. So with that being said, all praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Pray to edify with that. Say shalom.